$700 billion. That's how much the biggest tech companies on earth are spending on AI just this year. And this week, they have to answer for all of it. Welcome to Signal Drop. What is up, Signal Drop? I'm Trey. It is Monday, April 21st, and we are kicking off the week. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is not a slow week. This week has everything. We've got the biggest earnings reports in tech history dropping. We've got AI taking jobs faster than most people realize. We've got new models from Meta, Google, and Anthropic all landing at the same time. The government just told the states to back off AI regulation. And Google just gave every single person with a Google account free AI video creation. Free. Every single one of these stories affects your life directly. So let's get into it. Here's your week ahead. Let's start with the money, because this week is earnings week for the biggest companies in the world. Microsoft and Alphabet, that's Google's parent company, they both report this week. Amazon reports Thursday, and the number that every analyst on Wall Street is watching is $700 billion. That is the combined amount that Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon have committed to spending on AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. Data centers, chips, model training, $700 billion. To put that in perspective, that is more than the entire GDP of most countries on Earth. Now, why does that matter to you? Because that spending is going to determine a few things. First, are these companies making enough money from AI to justify that spend? If the answer is no, we could see layoffs, pullbacks, and price hikes on the services you use every day. Second, all those data centers run on electricity. Your electricity bills could go up because of AI. Third, if your 401k or retirement account has any tech stocks in it, this week is going to move your money. So yes, earnings week matters to everybody. All right, I need you to hear this one. Goldman Sachs just dropped a report and the number is 16,000. That is how many jobs AI is eliminating in the United States every single month. 16,000 every month. And the people getting hit the hardest? People between 22 and 25 years old. Gen Z. The ones who just graduated, who are trying to start their careers, who are competing for entry-level jobs. They're facing a 13% employment drop in AI-exposed fields since 2022. Here's the part that cuts the deepest. MIT also published research this week saying that $1.2 trillion in wages are currently at risk from AI automation. That's not future risk. That is right now, today. But here is the flip side of that, and I want to be real with you. Workers who know how to use AI tools are seeing wages go up by up to 56%. 56%. So the gap between people who understand this technology and people who don't is turning into an income gap. That's exactly why this channel exists. We're going to keep you on the right side of that line. Meta just launched their first major AI model from their new Superintelligence labs, and they are calling it Muse Spark. And this is a big deal because Meta spent $14 billion to bring in a new AI leadership team. And this is the first thing they have produced. Muse Spark is rolling out across Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and even the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. So if you use any Meta product, which is almost every single person watching this, you are going to start seeing a noticeably smarter AI in the next few weeks. What makes it interesting is that Meta says it sits between Claude's Sonnet and Opus models in terms of power. It also has what they're calling a contemplating mode, where the AI takes its time on hard problems instead of just firing back a quick answer. We'll see if it actually delivers. But the fact that Meta is now in the conversation as a serious AI player, that changes the competition. Google had a week. They launched Gemini 3.1 Ultra with a 2 million token context window. Now let me translate that. Imagine being able to hand AI an entire book or a year's worth of emails and have it understand and work with all of it in one conversation. That's what 2 million tokens means. This is a monster model. But here's the story that I think matters more to everyday people. Google just gave every single person with a Google account free access to AI video generation through a product called Google Vids. It uses their VO 3.1 video model and even includes AI-generated music through something called Lyria. Free. For everyone. No subscription. Just your regular Google account. If you've ever wanted to create video content and felt like you didn't have the tools, you do now. That changes things for creators, for small businesses, for students. Watch this space. The Trump White House just released what they're calling a national policy framework for AI. And the biggest piece of this is that they are recommending that Congress override state AI laws. What that means is California, Texas, New York, any state that has been writing its own AI protection laws, the federal government wants to wipe those out and replace them with one national standard, a lighter one. The RAISE Act also just took effect. That requires frontier AI companies to be more transparent about what their models can do and what risks they carry. So there's a balance here. On one hand, the federal government is loosening regulation by blocking states from going harder. On the other hand, they're adding some new transparency requirements at the top. The debate about who gets to protect you from AI and how much protection you actually need is going to be the policy story of this entire year. Q1 of 2026 just shattered every venture capital record in history. $330 billion was raised by startups globally in just 3 months. And the single biggest raise? OpenAI. $110 billion in one fundraise. The largest private fundraise in the history of business. Anthropic raised $30 billion. Elon Musk's xAI raised $20 billion. Waymo, the self-driving car company, raised $16 billion. The amount of money flowing into AI right now is unlike anything we have ever seen in any industry at any time. What that means for you is that the AI tools you're using today, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, they have more money behind them than ever before to get smarter, faster. But it also means a small number of companies are going to control the technology that affects all of us. That's worth paying attention to. All right, that is your week ahead. Big tech earnings, AI jobs moving fast, Meta in the game, free video from Google, a White House that's reshaping AI policy, and more money flowing into AI than we have ever seen. Every single one of these stories is going to develop this week, and I will be here every single day breaking it down for you so you don't miss a thing. I'm Trey. This is Signal Drop. Don't sleep on it. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you tomorrow.